Pero hola mis amores. I guess the lighting is better if I face down, because if I face up, I don't know. Pero I mean, okay, all right, let me get started. So I guess I'll face down so you guys can see me better. Anyways, I thought I'd do a quick little video talking to you guys more a little bit about this being celibate and being single. And I get so many questions because I don't know if it's because of my character or the type of person that I am, but it's always so unexpected. Like, I feel that when we are single, it's so important to get to know yourself more. And as a generation that is so accustomed to feel like feeling that need from being with somebody, you know, you jump from one relationship to the other. I don't know many people that can last literally a year single. I don't know many. There's not many that know how to do that and are emotionally independent enough to be able to accomplish that without needing something on the side, you know, whether it's sex or just a cuddle buddy or just somebody there or some sort of entertainment. It's important when you are single to be real, to set your expectations, because I always get asked a lot of questions about my expectations. They're like, oh, well, that's unreal. Well, that's not fair. Well, but like, I wouldn't expect something that I cannot give somebody. You know what I mean? At least for me, that's the type of person I am. I'm realistic about it too. Many people that set these expectations that they can't even meet. You know, example, men want a woman that es una santa, that stays home, that dresses up in a turtleneck so nobody stares at her, you know, that cooks and cleans and does and has a profession and looks good and is perfect body-wise, blah, blah, blah. Yet, like, dude, have you analyzed yourself? Can you offer all that? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you take care of a home by yourself? You know what I mean? That's just an example. But it's so, and I think that's why relationships fail nowadays. Well, one of the many reasons, it's because the expectations and the honesty is not there from the get. And this is why I constantly share and am honest about my expectations, because of the fact that, you know, clearly I don't do the whole online dating. Clearly there's probably no type of hope for me to run into somebody in, you know, like in my area that I'm actually interested in. So it's sort of minimizes like my chances of actually finding a decent human being. But at the same time, I set those expectations out there, you know, like just like how you guys asked me about the whole being polyamorous. If I say and tell you from the get, this is just an example, you know, I am interested in the polyamorous lifestyle where I can have a girlfriend and I can have a boyfriend and have a faithful relationship with, you know, two individuals with two different sexes. If I tell you that from day one, you know, or let's say the other fact that I always throw out there, if I tell you about the fact that, you know, I'm trying to remain celibate till I get married. Why? Like, I get it. There's not a lot of women out there like me. But why would you put yourself in a challenge to try to get to know me when you clearly do not believe or think that you can handle being in a relationship with somebody with that mindset? Why would you do that to yourself? Why? Because I'm a good woman? I'm aware of that. But does that mean that you can handle me? Probably not. Nobody knows what the future holds. You know what I mean? But at least I'm being honest about it. I don't know if I'm gonna just end up with a guy. I don't know if I'm gonna just end up with a girl. I don't know if I'm just gonna end up with both. You know what I mean? But the point is that when you are that honest, that's exactly the type of mindset that I am trying to attract. That's why I put it out there, because because people, like I said, people swear that they got the magic stick or the magic coochie to change people. You can't change people that are that open, you guys. Nobody knows what the future holds. Nobody knows if I'll just find one person and fall in love with them and then that's it. You know, nobody. I don't know that. I can't answer for the future. All I know is at least I'm being real about my emotions now. You know, always want you to be real, but they just sugarcoat fucking everything. No, if I tell you you're not going to be able to sleep with me, you know, doesn't matter. Listen, it is a proven fact that nobody can get me into bed. It is a proven fact, you know. If I'm straight up, you know, and I tell you, listen, nothing's gonna happen. Granted, we can kiss, we can date, you know what I mean? But nothing's gonna happen sexually. And I tell you, listen, I am very open. I'm clearly gay. So that's one of the biggest problems that I have with men trying to come into my life, is because they don't understand that lifestyle, or they're not mature enough to even grasp the reality of it. So they're like, oh, so, if we start dating, will you still be interested in women? Yes, I would, and that is the problem. People don't understand that that's what's real. That's me keeping it real. That's me being honest. I'm not one to break anybody's heart. I'm not one to cheat on anybody. I will always keep it 100. And the more that I've gotten to know myself on a single level, the more that I am aware of what's important to me. And honesty has always been a priority for me, always. So if I'm that honest and putting my shit out there, right? What makes you think that you're gonna come into my life and think that you have some magic coochie or magic stick that's gonna make me change who I am? Because what? Because you're special? Nah. That, would be patient enough to wait for sex and blah, blah. And that's perfectly fine. Those people can stay the fuck away from me, because that is the best part about being single and having standards. The fact that, listen, I don't have to entertain temporary shit at no point in time. I can literally choose to stay single until I find somebody that meets all my needs. It's called having standards, honey. And people can't handle honesty. People can't handle you being straight up and saying, listen, I expect this and this and this. I tell people, I'm like, you're not even qualified to date somebody like me. And people get offended. They're like, oh, ella se la da. It's not about me dándomela. It's not about that. But I can see your lifestyle. I can see, especially a woman with kids, for example, too. Like, I have kids. I don't have, oh, this lighting is terrible. I'm sorry, guys. For example, I have kids. I work a lot, I have to keep some type of balance in my life. And I don't, I'm not like these little girls that have 24 hours in a day to be texting you back and forth or to be having conversation with. I don't have the time for that. I go to work Monday through Friday. As soon as I get off work, I have maybe some type of time frame within that time to, before I get home to my kids, to either text or follow up with somebody or whatever the case might be. Then my phone goes away until my kids are in bed. And then after that, I can probably have a decent conversation. I don't have time to babysit people's feelings or babysit people's needs, because unfortunately that's what it is nowadays. Like, women make such a big deal about somebody not being, available for them 24/7. I don't have the time for that. I'm a busy ass woman. So if I decide to take some time to dedicate to you, you better fucking know that you're special in some kind of way. And I don't just make friends to make friends. And I don't date just to date. And I cannot. And basically the whole point of this video is for you to understand that it's so important for you to be real and be honest about your feelings and what you expect from others. It's so important, especially if you're being single. Granted, if you want to go get laid, go get laid. If you want to go talk to a bunch of different people, you do that. But don't approach me with no bullshit. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, you're wasting your fucking time. And that's just how it is. I'd rather be honest than be loved and approached or chased after, expecting to change somebody like me. I'm too strong-minded for that shit.